Tonight, outrage from right-wing groups and Trump-aligned Republicans after federal agents searched the former president's Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida.
So I think every Republican believes that the FBI, when it comes to Trump and other organizations, have lost their mind.
Some of Trump's online supporters going as far as threatening to wage a civil war, while elected officials are promising revenge on the Department of Justice and FBI. Republican Arizona Representative Paul Gosar tweeting that he will support a complete dismantling and elimination of the FBI, an agency headed by a Trump appointee, Christopher Wray. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy adding that, quote, when Republicans take back the House, we'll conduct immediate oversight of the Justice Department. The strong reaction from Trump allies coming after FBI agents executed a court-authorized search warrant at the former president's private residence. Trump, who wasn't present during the raid, claiming the agents broke into his safe.
To have a warrant, you need justification, and that says that no one is above the law.
Sources tell ABC News the unprecedented raid was part of an investigation into Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents. But some legal and national security experts think the investigation might be broader.
I would be surprised if at the end of the day we learn this was simply an effort by the FBI to retrieve records. There probably is something much more significant there.
Trump seen in New York Monday ignoring shouted questions, but in a statement calling the raid a political assault. Some of the online rhetoric approaching levels not seen since the January 6th Capitol attack.
We are seeing mainstream public figures in the media and in elected office who are mimicking some of the language on these extremist forums, and they are throwing fuel on a raging fire.
And we're told President Biden and the White House had no prior knowledge of this authorized search and that this wasn't the first time federal agents visited Trump's home. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Here's the other requirement. Be willing to use deadly force if necessary. Joining me now is Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie of the Judiciary Committee. Congressman, the press is trying to spin this. The Biden administration's narrative is horrible. This has completely backfired on them this week. But I get the sense that this is just the beginning of what we're going to see with this agency being turned against the American people.
Yeah, and not just this agency. What a lot of people may not realize is last week, the Democrats, through our Judiciary Committee, passed a ban on the AR-15. They call it a weapon of war, but they made sure that their ban exempted every federal department, including the IRS, the Department of Education, and the USDA. So you got to put that in the context of now this week, tomorrow, we're going to be voting to add 87,000 IRS agents to the rolls. And then taken with this website, and like you showed, look, they got caught. They had this on their website. I went and looked at the Internet Archives. They put it up since Biden became president, that you must be willing to do deadly force, to exert deadly force. And they just took it down yesterday because they got caught recruiting that way. And by the way, Laura, I've talked to people who spent their life in law enforcement. They said this is the last thing you would put in a job posting. You get the wrong kind of people. If you say you want to kill people, join us.
I mean, the Border Patrol can't even use deadly force pretty much, right? So Border Patrol, no, but the IRS, yes. That's a twisted world we're living in. Now, the new ATF director actually sat down with CNN today. Watch this.
He sat down with CNN to discuss the litany of threats his agents are trying to counter from coast to coast, including a rise in violent domestic extremism.
I think the first thing we need to do is to be honest about the fact that we have a problem. But I will tell you, it's gotten more bold, more brazen, and more violent.
Your response to that, we apparently have a massive domestic terror problem in the United States, and they all just happen to be Trump supporters. Congressman.
Yeah, we've asked the DOJ about this. The DHS actually put out a bulletin that said that if you do certain things, like you deny things about the vaccine, that you may be a violent domestic terrorist, or, it's crazy. Maybe you grow your own food. Now you're going to be labeled as such. It's crazy what can put you on this list, and I think it's dangerous.
Well, it's time to defund the agencies that are targeting the American people. That's what we're going to be expecting of Congress when Republicans take over. Congressman, you've been a beacon. Thank you.
Well, hey, Don't mind me. Just getting ready for my IRS audit. I know this is about to come. Listen, I'm just like you. I've seen what happened to Trump. Yeah, it's go time. Everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. The Democrat Nazis have gone too far. Just look at what they've said in the Senate in the past. Look at all the ammunition the IRS is buying up. Look at the new classification they come out with the MBEs. I fit that description quite nicely. Yeah, if you followed me on my other account, follow me on this one as well. Don't let them shut me up. Every time I come across one of you who have lost your account due to the Democrat Nazis on the Democrat Nazi app, I follow you.
So the FBI raided Trump's house in Mar-a-Lago, huh? What are you gonna do when the government comes knocking on your door asking for your guns, people? I know us here in the South, we ain't gonna back down. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Please come and try. You might get a surprise on what you see. But it's time to band together, Americans, because shit's about to get nasty. Just a matter of when. I got a feeling it's gonna be real soon. But I'll be the first to tell you I'll stand up and fight for any one of my Americans. Love y'all. Be strong. Let's get it.
Good morning, TikTok. Nothing funny about this post. HR 4350 is a bill in the House that they have already passed. It lets the Democrats put Biden as a dictator over military and everything, which means Biden will go into martial law. When we go into martial law, they're only coming after conservatives and people trying to save America. This is no longer a joke. There's nothing funny about this. We have got to wake up and fight. Fight like you've never fought before. I will go out in a blaze of glory before I turn against my Heavenly Father or before I turn against this country. Know that.
Hey, Patriot standing by. Thank God I seen your video this morning, because I would have totally forgotten. See, here in Kentucky, a strange thing is happening too. Look at that phenomenon up there. It's where the sun, it kind of hazes behind the clouds. That's exactly what happens when it's time to take over the fucking government.
Hypothetical question. If Chinese and Russian troops started falling out of the sky,
how about a hypothetical second option? What if the American people are in the process of overthrowing the tyrannical government that our government has become, and Russia starts making air supply drops to, fortify the American militias? Just saying. China's not going to do it, because the people we got in office right now, yeah, they're in China's pocket. So they're not going to help. But Putin told us to keep our guns. He said the Second Amendment was a good thing. So, I'll leave that right there.
Alright, kid. Fuck all you fake ass motherfucking politicians and all you fucking bullshit. What, as far as I'm concerned, it's a wild, wild west, motherfuckers. Let's get it on.
Y'all know what? I'm almost 62 years old, and I admit that I've thought about different ways I might die throughout my life. Different scenarios, different diseases, different things. But there's one thing that I can assure you never crossed my mind. And that is that I might die engaged in some sort of battle with my fellow man. Never gave it any thought till now.